Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 4 of our series, Nobody Wants to Work Anymore. We're doing a series on this, and this is part 4, so get ready for takeoff. We're flying into the direction of the labor shortage. Why nobody wants to show up for work. Why can't I get good employees? Where are they? Where are they going? Why can't I get people hired? I don't understand this. The information I'm giving you in this video series is I'm just taking my time. It's my day off, so I'm just trying to relax and talk to you without trying to speed it up, and because I don't want to leave anything out. But in the podcast version, man, we can go into more detail. We've gotten a lot of detail just in the video version. We'd have to chop it up, though. On the podcast version, we're going to go into the response that Michael got on his fake book post, because I'm sure there's more content there, and we can go into detail on the podcast. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find me. Just look up Jeremiah Humans wherever you listen to podcasts. And the podcast platform, I treat it differently, because I treat it like background noise. You listen to it while you're doing your homework, while you're mowing your lawn, while you're driving down the road. You don't want the podcast to end in 5 minutes. Shit, it's in the middle of traffic. Oh, dang. So yeah, so I treat it differently than I do the video platforms, because it's audio. I could be in my pajamas, you wouldn't know it. Yeah, you wouldn't know it, would you? It's true. So now this is part 4. Why can't I find workers? So Michael, if you're still watching this, and I hope you are, and Carmen, Darren, this is enough. You need to listen to this. This is off Dr. Phil, and we're not going to play the video part, but I may put the video on the screen just a little bit. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so we are commenting. This is a Fair Use Act. Listen up, YouTube. This is fair use. We are commenting on this. If you give me, I will sue. Because the Constitution and the Fair Use Act gives me permission to play little snippets, and we're going to comment on what they're saying. So let's get into it. Fair Use Act.
I just don't see the skill set there.
Trades is becoming a lost art, and thousands of jobs with nobody prepared or willing to take those jobs.
We have to challenge the narrative that the best path is the most expensive path.
AI is not going to come fix your broken house. You need a trained professional for that. We need to change things now.
Jameson is...
Okay, he's right. AI is not going to fix your house. He's absolutely correct on that. You still need repairmen to actually come out there and physically do the labor. But there's nobody going to the trades to do it. And I feel we're headed not only for idiocracy, but for WALL-E. I was at Walmart the other day, and it's not just idiocracy we're headed for, it's WALL-E. When I see everybody with these scooters, oh my God, we're in such bad health. This didn't happen when I was growing up. This was not happening. Something is different about this country. And you were saying, why can't we find workers? We're heading for WALL-E. So let's get back into it. We're going to be commenting on this video. I may have to stop it here and there to avoid copyright, even though it's a Fair Use Act. But every time they say something, I got to respond. So we may have to do a part 5. Yeah.
a co-owner of multiple construction companies. He says the skilled worker shortage has left him hiring many employees who just should not be on the job.
The skilled labor shortage is a huge problem today, and it's definitely getting worse. We are getting the leftovers, so we're forced to hire people that have abused drugs, they're alcoholics, probably illegal, the kids that didn't graduate high school, and then all those kids that are entitled and have no drive, that I have them forced to to hire and to work and to pay every week, which is so extremely frustrating. Several years back,
Okay. He's saying the same thing that Michael was saying in his post. He's having to hire less than qualified people because he can't get good people. The good people are the over 40s, over 45 probably. And so we just can't get them. They're not there. They either haven't been born because we aborted them. Regardless of which side of the fence you're on, those children aren't there. They're gone. They're not customers. They're not buying iPhones. They're not buying laptops. They're not buying merchandise. They're not paying the taxes we need to pay for all our entitlement programs, which I think is part of the reason why we're having a problem with inflation. We're printing money like going out of style. Have you seen the national debt lately? Am I wrong? We're printing money to cover our debt because we haven't been having children to pay for the debt, so we have to print the money. Yeah, we're paying for it right now. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it.
had 7 out of our 25 pickup trucks totaled in 1 year due to drugs and alcohol. But I have no other option. I have no replacement. When I'm covered in dirt, I'm looked down upon. If I was a doctor, I'd be treated with respect.
Well, join the conversation.
Okay, do you agree with that statement? He said, I'm looked down upon because I'm covered in dirt. Yeah, and that's sad because he's making probably just as much as the doctor without the liabilities that the doctor has. The doctor's being sued all the time. Always facing malpractice lawsuits, and they're paying through the nose just for that insurance, if they can get it. And there's no guarantee they can get it. So, yeah, it's sad. We look down on these types of men, and then these types of men, women won't date them because they turn their nose up at them. So these men have no drive, no ambition to go to work. Why should I go to work? I don't have a wife and kids. Women won't date me because I'm a plumber. Well, that's not entirely true around here, but yeah, I can see that happening. So there's no incentive, no carrot stick. My grandfather went off 32 missions in 2 years during the Second World War, right? He had grandma's a picture on the cockpit of his plane. He had a reason to go off to war and fight because he had grandma to come home to. And then he had my dad and my uncle. Then I was born. See, my dad had a reason to get up and go to work because he had a wife who loved him and 3 kids who loved him. So he had an incentive to get up and go to work. But today's young men don't have that. And Michael and Carmen Darren, that's another cause of the labor shortage right there. What I'm talking about right now is contributing to the labor shortage. These men don't have a carrot stick. I don't care. You can dangle $20 an hour and they're not going to take it, either because family courts take it all away and child support and alimony, or they're saying, I have no incentive. They're not incentivized. They can't get a date. They don't have a wife and kids to come home to. Think about that for a second. There's no hope. They think it's hopeless because they can't get peace leave. I'm trying to use a family-friendly term, but this is part of the problem of why men, able-bodied men, don't want to work. That's it. Take it or leave it, but that's part of the problem. Let's get back into it.
Station are Texas master plumber Roger Wakefield and custom home and foundation business owner Jameson Van Dyke. Thank you guys for being here and joining this. Roger, what do you think about what you've been hearing from Mikey and Ari so far?
It's hard to believe. When you talked about being an electrician for only 3.5 years, you're not an electrician. That's like you going to college for 3.5 years and saying you're a lawyer. It's not. It's a 4-year plan to become a great tradesman here in Texas, to get your journeyman license. But you've got to go through that whole thing. And tradesman's not for everybody, just like I don't think college is for everybody. To be a tradesman, you've got to care about what you do. You've got to care about the people you work for, the people you work with. You talked about an attorney being a skilled labor position, and I talk about plumbers being professional. It's funny how we see it the opposite way, because I think to be a good tradesman, you've got to love working with your hands. And I think we've messed up because we've taken shop classes out of schools. We're not teaching kids how to work with their hands before they get in the trade.
True. Absolutely. I don't know if Marshfield High School still offers shop, but they had it when I was there. I don't know if that program still exists. Do they even have a home ec program anymore? So please respond below. I forgot to ask in the other videos. Respond, comment below. Comment. Does your high school still offer any kind of home ec or shop programs? I need to know. Because what they're saying is people seem to look down on tradesmen, but doctors and lawyers are looked up to. And I think we've romanticized doctors and lawyers over the years and put them on a pedestal. We've been turning our noses up at plumbers. The famous Joe the plumber. You know, we turn our noses up at them. I think that's sad. Because plumbers can make good money. Welders can make good money. But nobody wants to work underwater. Because underwater welding does pay damn good money. But, yeah, it's sad. Let's get back into the video.
They get into a plumbing or electrical position, they've got to learn how to read a tape measure. We've taken all that away from them in schools, and that used to get them ready for a position like that.
So what I would like to say is the main reason I got out of the trades, every day when I would go to work, I would see the people that are working there. They're working 15, 20, 30 years in the trades, and they're complaining about money. They're complaining about time. They're not spending time with their family. They're just complaining about their lives, their bodies, and everything like that. So as a 22-year-old kid, when you go and you see that every single day, and you see all these people complaining, you ask yourself, do I want to do that? And you would say, no. And the main reason why is because the one thing that we all have is a phone. You could scroll through your phone and see some kid playing video games, making more than the person laying down the roads. Is that okay? I'm not saying that's okay. It's not okay. But it's just the world that we're living in with all the opportunities, when you can see that somebody can play video games and make millions of dollars and make more than anybody in the trades, or even... Okay,
this kid is spot on. This Gen Zer kid that is talking right now, that they're gonna railroad him, and I feel bad for him because he's right. When you see kids playing on their phones, making more money than the guy laying down the roads and the guy putting on the roof. And this is the world we now live in. Jack Morgan was talking about this on his Red Leather podcast, how everything seems to be upside down. Me doing this right here. Eventually I'll make more than the construction worker working in the hot sun. Now these Super Trooper lights do get hot. I just need to make sure I have a fan on. But yeah, that's an absolute fact. And I just went down the multiple streams of revenue you can make, even if you have a small channel. This kid is spot on. He is absolutely correct, and I support him. I support everything he says because he's absolutely right. First we had the dot-com boom in the 90s. All this kid is doing is taking advantage of a situation and opportunities that are afforded him. I guarantee it, Grant Cardone would not be laughing at this guy. Mark Cuban or Kevin O'Leary would not be laughing at this guy. They'd be applauding him. You're taking advantage of a situation that's in front of you. You got an opportunity with your phone, with your tablet, with your laptop. The internet is a world of opportunity waiting for you. This, what I'm doing right now, this right here, is an opportunity. Yeah, this costs a little bit of money. This tablet costs a little bit of money. I got to take the time to research the material that I'm putting forth. It took me a week to do all this research, to put all this together, before I got enough put together where I can come on and talk to you about this. Absolutely. This kid is 100% right. He's taking advantage of the technology that's afforded him. And he's using it to make money, to provide for himself, build a future for himself. Is he wrong? No, but they're gonna thrash him because they think he should be a plumber, an electrician. He says no, because like he said, he wants the other guys ahead of him, and he's going, this is my future. They're complaining they're not spending time with their family. Like he said, these electricians, these handymen are saying we're not spending time with our families. They got health problems. Some of them are overweight. Some of them have been through divorce, and just divorce can happen to anybody. But lack of money is the cause of divorce. Maybe they're not getting paid as much. 20 years in the trades and this is all you're making? This is what I got to look forward to? So what incentive does this kid have? Like I said, he's watching other young people make money like I just talked about. Through their live stream, through super chats. They're making money, making YouTube videos, even playing video games on Twitch or whatever platform they're using. We got young girls making money on OnlyFans, OnlyFools, but still, I don't blame them. Why should they go to work at the IHOP or the Awful House when they can make as much on OnlyFools as they can working? Why work? I don't blame them. I really don't. I'm not against people who do that. I just, if you're going to do the OnlyFools thing, don't put your real name out there. Don't put your real body out there either. Now you can use AI. You can generate an artificial female that looks as real as anything. Create a brand for that female, and because once you put your pictures out there, you can't take them back. They're out there for all eternity. Yeah. I'm just saying. Time to get back in the video. They're going to railroad this poor kid.
And the women that can post their bodies inappropriately online and make more money than the person laying down the roads, that makes no sense. But there's no reason to complain about that. You got to learn the new opportunities that we all have now. That's why I personally chose to go into online business, because there's just the way that I wanted to live.
Well, have you ever considered going on OnlyFans or something?
I've thought about it, but I think I make more money plumbing.
Oh, you think you keep plumbing?
And what makes you think I'm not?
Well, I didn't know. I was just...
So may I ask, what do you do? What is your online business?
Me, I do remote sales and marketing.
Why did you get kicked off the internet? Because I looked at a bunch of your stuff. I didn't see anything offensive about it.
No, exactly. That's the thing. A lot of people hate.
Trade people, I wouldn't like it. I mean, you were kind of down on them, but I didn't see anything.
But at the end of the day, I never once said in my life, don't join the trades. I said, personally, the trades aren't worth it because this is my experiences and other people's experience. I have people, hundreds of people that message me every day on my Instagram and want to learn what I'm doing. There was this one 35-year-old dude that's been in the trades for 15 years. And he said, I've been working the trades. I can't spend time with my family. I'm working too much. I can't see my wife, and it's starting problems. We're having a divorce, and I want to commit suicide. So when I see that, I'm like, why would I want to do that?
Jameson, you're hiring people that you would rather not hire because by default, you
need
bodies, right?
Yeah, at this point.
Okay. He made some... sorry, I should have showed the video. That one guy who reacted to the only, he goes, "Gee, they're making more money." Oh God, it's like, yeah. So he was saying that they're not spending time with their families. One guy wants to get a divorce. He's thinking about committing suicide. He's not, and so. These are guys who've been in the trades. He's observing other people ahead of him. See, they're looking. And so he's making money online. These boomers and Gen Xers, now I think one of them's a millennial, they're going to railroad him. They're already trying to. They're already trying to downplay. You need to be fixing roads. That's what they're trying to do. You're going to hear that later because they're going to really roast this guy. This poor kid, he's 22, and he's just improving himself. I'm proud of this kid. I'm 57. I wouldn't frown on this kid. If he doesn't want to be an electrician, fine. If he's making good money online, providing for himself, giving himself a financial future, go for it. I have more respect for this young kid making money online than some bum begging money on the street doing drugs. I'm not disrespect to them, but who would I support? I'd support the young kid making money online. You can't blame him. I suppose you want this young kid to go to work at Walmart. You want this young kid to make you a hamburger so when you go through drive-thru you can get your hamburger. Yeah, that's what you want this young kid to do, but he doesn't want to do that. And this is what is plaguing America right now. So we're going to have to go into a part 5 here because there's still more ground to cover. And so we're going to have to do a part 5. We're up to 21 and a half minutes. Let's get back into the video. Come on.
In time, I have a lot of awesome employees. We have over 100 people employed between our concrete and our home building companies. My brother is a partner of mine. We both went to college. We both got degrees because we were strongly encouraged to go to college. We got out of college and we saw the opportunity that there was in the trades. And I jumped in. My brother jumped in as a project manager over for a big firm. And I wanted to go and just attack it because the opportunity cost was low, but the opportunity was very high. And my first 10 guys, one of them had a license. One. These guys are hard workers, but they're addicts, they're alcoholics. But I can't get the kids in my own backyard to come and sign on, and they can see the opportunity. They can see the opportunity. They see that it's hard work, and they don't want a piece of it. That's the problem.
The thing that I would say, because you're saying obviously the kids. I'm a kid, 22. I'm young. When a kid picks up their phone and they could see somebody that is playing a game and making more money than the person laying down the roads, why would they choose the trades over doing something that they love?
That's one in a million.
That's exactly. The numbers.
Yeah,
the numbers are a little different, and let's not.
Okay. That construction worker saying that's 1 in a million. No, it's not 1 in a million. It's 1 in a million to become rich. But the point that this young kid is trying to get across, the point that I'm getting across to you, is all they have to do is make enough to not work. They don't have to get rich. I didn't say get rich. I didn't say become the next Mr. Beast. See, what this kid is trying, the point is the point I'm getting across. And these men are missing it. They're thinking, oh, making it means you got to be the next Mr. Beast. No. Absolutely not. I just showed you from Jack Morgan. He's a little guy, less than 12,000 subs at that time. Now he's got 70,000. $3,300. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's one stream. That's gross. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's enough to quit your job as a waiter, to quit your job at Walmart, McDonald's, or some other retail job. It's not quite enough to quit your construction job, probably, but think about it. Okay, we're going to have to go into a part 5. So stay tuned for part 5. I'm sorry. I can't believe this is going on. Wow, 4 parts already. Now we're going into part 5. A whole series just on the labor shortage. Because I'm chopping it up into sections is what I'm doing. So stay tuned. We're going to do another one. And we're trying to keep it under a certain length of time for upload reasons. So it doesn't take 5 hours to upload. If I had decent internet speed, I'd still break it up into sections just to keep your attention span. But anyway, we're up to 25 minutes already. Time to cut it off. Stay tuned for part 5.